Oh my gosh, there's a fish. I got one. I got one. What's up, guys? I could not be more excited than the video I'm shooting today, and here's why. Look at that little duck that I got from Wish, the Wish app, and I'm throwing it out at this pond today, and I don't know, we'll see if we catch something. To be honest with you, I just thought it was a cool little lure. It was, I think, $5. The feathers are a little crinkle for me throwing it in the bathtub earlier to see if it would actually float, but it was $5.70. I also bought 2 other topwater poppers that were each about $2. So I spent about $10 plus $4 in shipping. Not really sure where it came from. I think somewhere overseas, but I got this in yesterday and want to go give it a try. So it's got this little plastic piece on the front that provides a little bit of a wake movement, a little bit of a rattle, not much, but we're going to try to throw it on top water in this pond and see if we can catch a bass. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I'm excited to give it a try. Well, let's go toss this little lure around. All right, so one of the biggest questions I have is whether or not this little piece here, the 2-piece area, will hold up if I actually catch one. Now, these are the hooks that it came with. I have not upgraded anything on here. So let's see. Ow. Speaking of upgrading hooks, I just jabbed one underneath my nail. They're pretty sticky. So let's see if we can just get a bite now. Oh my gosh, holy crap. That was a bite right there. That was a bite on the duck. That was a bite on the duck. All right, we gotta get back in there. That fish came up and just tried to eat that duck. All right, it's not really floating when it first hits the water, so I kinda have to like keep my rod tip up. Maybe I need to give it a minute. There it goes. I just need to give it a minute to pop back up. So it looks like it's a little subsurface. But it definitely is waddling through the water, just like you would expect it to. All right, I'm gonna give it a minute, let it float, and slowly work it back, kind of subsurface. Oh my gosh, there's a fish. I got one, I got one. No freaking way. Oh my god, guys, look at that. Look at that. That is so awesome. Unreal. That is too cool. Now that is a little bitty bass, but you know what? That's okay, because he literally came up. Look at that. Came up to eat that duck. That is awesome. I need some pliers. All right, within the first 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, probably 4 minutes, the duck got a bite and landed its first small, little bass, but its first bass. We're gonna go catch some more. This is gonna be a fun afternoon, a fun evening. It's, gosh, what time is it? Like, it's 7:15 right now, PM. We got about maybe an hour and a half of light left, but we're gonna go catch some more. That was fun. All right, fish number 1, that was awesome. We're going for number 2 now. All right, so the key here is once you throw it, let it come back up a little bit, and then just kind of slow retrieve that bad boy. Maybe a couple little pauses. But the little wiggle action is pretty killer. All right, so I'm gonna cast it out. When it hits the water, it kind of sinks and then it floats back up to the top. The cool thing though is as it floats to the top, the body, because it's jointed, wiggles back up. Now when you reel, because that plastic piece is on the front, causes it to dive down a little bit, but it stays under the water by about that much. And then as you stop, it then floats and wiggles back up to the top. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but I'll reel fast. Now I kind of let it go. And it just kind of wiggles there. So it's kind of a combination of a, I don't know, a subsurface kind of wake bait with a popper kind of, and even a frog. I don't know. It's unique for sure, and I think I really like it. What's cool too is it's got an orange beak on the top of it, so you can actually see it coming back up to the top of the surface. Man, let me show you that action again. Watch this action as it gets closer. You guys see that? That is awesome. So while I'm rolling this in, for those of you that may be relatively new to bass fishing, this is a Silver Max by Abu Garcia, and is a pretty affordable little lure. I'm sorry, little reel, bait casting reel that I got at Academy for. God, I think this whole combo, it's a Daiwa 6'6" or 6'8" medium rod with this little bait caster. I believe was maybe 60 or 80 bucks for the combo, and it's a great setup for beginning. This is the only one I had mono tied onto. There wasn't really heavy or thick line. So for tossing this little lure around, I went with this reel today because I had some mono on it. And if you're throwing topwater, you definitely want to throw mono, because monofilament floats. Watch out, duckies. Nope, nope, don't eat. Ducks are trying to eat another duck. Don't do that. So what's really cool about this lure is if you reel kind of faster with your tip down, it's going to dive underwater 2 or 3 feet, I'm guessing. But if you pause, it'll float back up. And then if you wanted to, you could work it slowly then as a topwater with the rod tip up. Alright, here's what we're going to do. There's a bunch of little fish that are coming up and striking at it. I'm going to move over to, I guess, a lake or a pond in the same neighborhood that has some bigger fish and hope to get on some bigger bites. Got about maybe 30 minutes left before it's dark and time to head home, but we're going to go give it a try for some bigger fish on the old duck. Still got to name him. Still got to name the little guy, but I'm liking him so far. Alright, spot number 2 with the duck. Gosh, you got one. Oh, did it come off? Oh, it didn't come off. Yes! Guys, that is a decent sized bass for the duck. Yes. Yes. Check it out. Alright, last cast, guys. And we gotta take it to the house. See if we can get one more on the duck. This has been a lot of fun. I'm really digging this lure. I think it's definitely got its place to throw it. But it's a fun little lure. And it's just fun to try something new, something different, something challenging. Alright guys, that's a wrap on this video. Caught 2 fish on Sammy the Duck. That's what I'm naming him. Bought that duck from the Wish app for $5.70. Took a couple weeks to get here, but that's okay. Got it yesterday, came out today, caught 2 fish at 2 different locations. Who would have thought that a baby mallard duck, not even 3 inches in size, would catch some fish? Who knows? But that was awesome. All right, if you can see somewhere behind me up here, like the moon is out now, so it's time for me to go home. But I appreciate you subscribing and liking this video. Thanks for subscribing to the channel and Fishing the Lone Star. Thanks for helping us grow. Your support is definitely needed, wanted, and appreciated. And if nobody's told you today, God loves you, and so do I. Until next time, peace out.